And we're back. I mean, I actually do cuts. You're on your own. If you want Emergent 2, I don't really care. I did a cut, though.
Okay.
Also, I said, you know, when we're back together, so that didn't happen.
Yeah,
either.
we're...
Like, that whole...
Yeah, nothing's changed.
I don't even know why we did a cut. It just happened.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the Game Grumps motto.
What?
It's like every Game Grumps thing does. It's like every time it's 10 minutes, they're like, ah, we're done.
Yeah, they're always really specific.
Cash money.
That's what they're going for. Well, that's what they're going for, though.
Yeah.
They're really trying to go for the whole... Like, anything more than 10 minutes, like there's YouTube audiences that are just, they see a video and they're like, 12 minutes! Well, I don't have time for this on my 10-minute lunch break. So.
Yeah. I mean, they make more money, plus they can do that, like, promote it like it's a shorter video.
They put out a good amount of content, like, every day, though.
Yeah, they do. I know,
they work.
I met Ross. Ross is really cool. I don't know if you know Ross.
I don't know him that well, no. I used to talk to Aaron back in the day when he was all Newgroundsy.
Yeah.
I could talk to him sometimes. He's a pretty cool guy. So.
Yeah.
It's hard being popular. Like, you and me are like, what do you think, like a 10th? I'm probably a 5th, but you're like a 10th of what they see in terms of just like crazy fanatic fans.
Yeah.
So, and like it can get to you, man. Like the stress and the pressure of people just all the time. Where are we going, by the way?
Oh yeah, we're going to Nomergon, or the what do you call it?
Yeah,
the tram. Yeah.
Tram. Choo choo. Does that work as a ghost?
I think that's a lot of people don't realize too. Is like a lot of people in the gaming world are just really big nerds and awkward, and then you get random fans coming up like, "Hello, let me be your friend," and you're just like, Are
you really that awkward though around people?
Well, I used to
like,
be. Now I'm not.
Yeah, I've never really been awkward around people. It's mostly they've been awkward around me, and it's like every time I'll meet someone, it's like a constant quest to make them not feel awkward.
Yeah. I mean, like the first BlizzCon I ever went to, which was like 3 years ago, I was super awkward at that because I was like, it was the first time anyone ever came up to me and they're like, "It's you," and I'm like, "Ah," and I was like, "Oh, it's me."
You fucking ditched me at BlizzCon this year.
You were at BlizzCon this year?
Yeah. Yeah, I went to BlizzCon. Wait, was it this year?
I think it was last year.
When was last year? Sorry, last year.
Yeah.
Because I forgot they just did one.
Yeah.
I thought the last year one. You ditched me. I was so mildly not affected. But I mean, are we alive? What the?
What? We're alive?
What the hell did happen?
Do we just automatically get rezzed in the train?
Oh, and I'm naked too. Holy crap! Look at my lingerie I'm wearing. I'm wearing like a mechanical vagina thing. Look. Look at that.
You are.
I think I'm wearing a chastity belt, man.
My guy's looking at you like, ugh.
I need to invent the key for that piece of work. Oh god, you're like a little Jackie
I'm Pappy
Chan.
Joe. I thought he looked like a Pappy
You got
Joe.
little doolies. You got little doolies on your belt.
I know. They just dangle.
Wait, take off your shirt. Take off your shirt. Then you'll be a perfect karate master. There you go. There you go. Now you're ready to do some kung fu. I like how they don't make like muscly dwarfs. Like they're just kind of like short little fat people.
I know.
You know, they're just a little chubby, no muscle, all flat.
Yeah. What do you think of all the new models?
Well, first look at my gnome face. Like look at my gnome face when I'm running. Okay, I'm gonna run right at you. Okay. Just look at my girl's face. That kind of like just explains everything. Yeah, like that.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm really angry. Fucking the person controlling me is making me run at a normal speed. I wonder if it looks like that when I walk. God, I just always look like I'm constipated.
It's like, I like some of them. For the most part, I like them when they're not, like...
I don't know why they changed them, is my thing. Like, the gnomes, they really changed the eyes.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they look newer, but at the same time, they kind of just don't look like the way they did. And I don't really get that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's weird. I thought some of the races got it more than others too. Like gnomes definitely got hit pretty hard with that. The like
Yeah, like people are like really, they're like, oh, please don't even touch Blood Elves. We're fine with them looking like crappy 2004 graphic. Just leave us alone.
Blood elves are just they're. Did you see the new blood elves?
The pointy chins and the mouth that's like so low that they're like monkeys. Like they have like a gap that's like half a foot long between their nose and their mouth. I don't understand. It's like it's like the guy who designed the new Blood Elf model was just like, I really like the way horses look. I wonder if I could put it on a model. They did. Blood horses.
Blood horses. And then they like changed the female blood elf butt, so it's like it goes from flat to just like boing.
do they have boingy butts?
They got boingy butts now. They pop.
Well, that I'm okay with. Like,
yeah, like half the comments on in the blood elf update thing were just like dead ass.
Well, that's acceptable. Like I'd be thrilled if.
Yeah.
Just imagine if my gnome went from like, what do I got, like B cups? I guess I don't know how gnomes do their bra sizes. They probably don't even do like sizes. They probably just like, it's like, oh, this is like a wrench bra. Or, no, it's like a cog. Yeah, cog size.
Like the cog, the wrench, and the mecha torque.
Oh, yeah.
She's full mecha torque.
Full mecha torque action. Nice.
What that guy? Was it the night we had to pick up my, what's that say? Pick up my thumb and carry it in your smoke pouch? What?
What are you reading?
These two random people walking, a human and dwarf. He said, wasn't that the night we had to pick up my thumb and carry it in your smoke pouch? And he said, you are constantly surprising me with what a person can live through. What?
Where do I get these chat channels? God, why do they put me in trade by default? It's like the one channel I never want to be in.
Switch to combat log.
There we go.
Yeah, these two guys, they're just randomly talking.
I wonder where they go. They look like they're best buddies. They're like clearly drunk. They left the bar with the mugs. Like they just took the mugs out of the bar. Or is there a bar in Stormwind that's like bring your own mug? Like, that's how they save money.
Oh, there they go.
So battling the band of the Twilight Hammer in Morass, I think I could think of better places for war. Or maybe we should go to the bridge and fish. I woke up in a bed in Northshire 3 weeks later. Are they like having two separate conversations?
I think so. They're just walking together but having separate conversations.
They're not actually walking together. They just happen to be going down the same
It's like
street.
a lunar eclipse. Or a solar eclipse. I don't know, whichever eclipse there is.
I feel like they almost want to hold hands, but like Kristoff here is like, I'm gonna put my mug in my hand, so that way he doesn't try to grab my hand while we're walking. Because look, if you look at Addie's here, he's just constantly like going and reaching in, trying to get.
Come on now.
Wow, look at those! Wow, did you see that? They didn't even look as Jen went by. She was all looking all sexy in her nice little dress. They didn't even look at her.
And this guard's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna walk behind Jen again today.
Hey, he's just doing his job, man. Ooh, that lighting effect. Whoa, that's cool.
That is really cool. I didn't even notice.
I never noticed that before.
I think they did that for Cataclysm.
Oh shit, I talked to him. I'm sorry, but my apologies, officer. I'm just continue on your patrol.
I had to stop.
Ah, now Jen's way out of reach. Goddamn nose. What have you done? Do you know how long it took me to get in sync with her? Wait, can we do that? Can we just wait till all is there like a center point where all the guards like come and we could like just like stop them all by talking to them?
Well, I don't even. Well, I think each one has their own
path. How long does it take
path.
where he starts? Go and start.
Go and start? What?
Start. Like the guard, he's not starting.
We did break him. Look at his face. I was looking at his face earlier. He just looks so sad. It looks like he's staring off into the distance after.
The human model's okay, and I like the orc model.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I'm a gnome player, and so I really feel like they just kind of. Oh man, the more I look at my gnome, though, the more it's growing on me. That's the thing. Like I'm looking at your face, and I'm like, oh, he's just. You look like a really angry Poppy.
Poppy Joe. I forget. We're like our whole concept was like we're gonna be ghosts. Now we're just not even ghosts.
No, we're on an adventure. Well, we're on an adventure.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we do every year. We just go on adventures in World of Warcraft, and every year we discover things.
Yeah.
We always discover things. Look, this year we discovered how to break all the guards
And
hey,
how to break the under Iron Forge.
Oh, good news! Good news! Good news,
yeah.
City Patrol. She's back. Just doing loops.
She's doing loops. Here comes Jen. She's got
There
some
she
like,
goes.
she's got some angry eyes on her or something.
Yeah, she definitely has some cogwheels.
Well, they have like boob physics in.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, that's gonna be really hard to see. Who's the biggest boobs in World of Warcraft? Taurens, I guess?
Yeah. I swear. Alright. I feel like we can only do that for so long.
Whoa, look at her hip swing, though. That is hypnotic. Holy crap, those curves,
Did you say
man.
that as a...
Just look at those
Did you
curves.
say that as a pun or no?
No,
Those hip swinging
no.
are really hypnotic.
No, but I wish I could now. Ah, crap, we lost our two gay drunks.
Yeah, we did.
Damn it. I wanted to see what adventure they were going on. Because they didn't loop back, dude. They went
Oh,
somewhere.
they did go somewhere. Hold on, here's a
went
bar.
somewhere.
Maybe they went in this bar. No, this is... Wait, they did!
They
Oh,
did!
man.
No way! So it is bring your own mug at Reese's Tavern.
They wanted to see Bartleby. Look at this
Hey,
guy.
Tavern Keeper, can I have a drink? Ah, you didn't bring your own mug.
Like, oh, there's...
What jerk puts his sword like right at the bar
Yeah,
counter here?
seriously.
Is he reserving a space? Harry's just like, hey, those two spots are for my friends. They'll be here any moment.
Harry.
Wait, it can't be his. He's got another sword. Whose sword is this?
I don't... Maybe that's, what's his name? Kristoff's. There's Ellie. Dude, I feel like Bartleby's just that guy that's gonna be in, like, a really douchey movie that only goes out on DVD. Just look at him like a partier in college. Just like, hey, man, I'm Bartleby here.
Hey, man, check out my fish shirt. It's almost done. I just need 300 more fish scales, and then I'll be ready.
He's got double drinking. He's got a beer bottle
It's
and
like-
a thing.
Oh, he's two-fisting
Yep.
it. Yeah. No, it's like he's wearing some girl armor, like the over-sexualized girl armor that always has the tummy. He's just like, I mean, it was on sale and it fits. So, what's wrong with it?
Good old Bartleby.
Oh, does he have parachute pants?
Oh, does he?
Oh, those boots. I got excited. I thought he was wearing parachute pants.
That's the one. It's like they have all the new models and they're wearing like the old armor, so it looks all like odd to meld it.
In a bed in Northshire 3 weeks later. Don't remember a damn thing. Whoa, watch the language there,
Yeah,
Christoph.
Kristoff.
See you
It's a
later.
children's
Never
program.
seen anyone move so fast in my life. These two are just having a conversation, but every time they say lines, they don't like work.
They like don't make coherent like conversation between each other. It's just like, it's like if I were right now to be like, hey, what's going on?
Oh, I see. Oh, I hit a rat with my stick last week. Can't believe it got away.
That's the only time I'll buy one of those.
I almost caught it, but I ran out of beer. Yeah. I get you.
Yeah,
That's
that's what's
the
happening
conversation
right
they have.
now.
Dude, this must be someone's job too. Like their job at Blizzard is just to like program these interactions of NPCs at the start of expansion. They must have so much fun. They're just like, all right, then I'm gonna get him to walk here. Then he's gonna do 17 loops around Ironforge, and then he's just gonna sit down in this chair for 6 hours.
Well, that's how I thought like that would be fun to do, because like there's fun work and then there's like boring work. Like people work in retail and stuff, that's boring work, but like people think YouTube and all that is like just like, woo, I'm doing stuff, and it's like it's still work, but it's work I'd rather be doing than a lot of other things.
Well, that's what they say. Any job that you enjoy will make it so you never have to work a day in your life. I mean, it's it's like what happens is people see it and they start to do it and they do it as a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
See, when you do something as a hobby, you're like completely passionate about it. You're like, oh, I love this, I want to do it. But the problem is, like, to be on YouTube or anything, you got to be consistent.
Mm-hmm.
And there are just times when maybe you just don't want to go and record this or record that or make this special super movie or anything like that.
And then everybody's like, "You're running out of ideas." It's like, I don't think a person can run out of ideas.
No, ideas are easy.
Yeah.
Like, and it, like last year, while we were messing about, we probably came up for enough machinimas that you could have made one like every month. But the thing is, it's the actual execution of those ideas that is hard. To
You
do.
gotta like be motivated to make that idea. Like a lot of times, I'll be motivated to do something else or make a different movie. Like one time, like I'm gonna work on this video, and then all of a sudden, I thought of a new one, and I was like making that like spur of the moment.
Exactly. And it can also be hard too because sometimes you'll work on something, like you go and you make a big machinima or you do whatever, and it'll do just as well as like something you spent almost no time on, and you're just like, God damn it!
I know.
Why do I even try? Why do I even try? Nobody even cares if I do something special. When in reality, it's just kind of one of those things where they enjoy everything you do, and views don't necessarily show like how much they enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like they might enjoy something else more, but.
It's like, what was that? How to Win It. All my How to Win It things are pretty much just stereotypes. Because I discovered, a long time ago, I had fun doing it, but like I discovered that doing stereotype videos, like, these are the types of people in your raid group. Everybody loves those because they're like, I know someone like that, or that's me.
Yeah, it's kind of relatable. Yeah. I had funny enough, I'm doing the new Pokemon game on my channel, and so I have all these like thumbnail pictures that I had drawn, and one of them is like two girls like looking at each other, almost kissing, and that video has doubled the views of my other videos, and I'm just like, ugh. It's like it's not even named anything that would be interesting. It's like Pokemon playthrough part 15. Yet it has double the views. So that means there must be people that are clicking it just be like, well, there's a thumbnail, two girls kissing. I gotta see what this is, even though I haven't watched the other 14.
Magnetized to it, just like looking through their feed, just like, oh, it must click.
Yeah.
I don't even know where we are right now. Well, there's a gargoyle.
So anyway, I'm gonna put lots of pictures of kissing.
Yeah, really, what we get out of this is make a good thumbnail.
That's what I learned. Make thumbnails. Somehow, of just two girls kissing, genius.
Yep. I'm trying to think what I did. There's some thumbnails where, like, I'll just, like, if you put up the generic thumbnail it gives you, that's the worst thing you can do. But
I don't know. I don't know if thumbnails are really that important. They can be.
It kind of depends if you're gonna get, like, in the search engine.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from that, people are just going to find your videos through the subscription feed or through going to your channel. I mean...
Well, YouTube's always one of those weird things. Like, people always ask, like, how do you get popular on YouTube? And it's like, you just do... That's a good question.
I don't know how I got here.
You're asking me like I know. If I knew, I would probably be much more popular.
That's like...
In reality, it's just like, you just do projects. You do lots of cool projects. You try to always do different things and things that will get new people while still also at the same time trying to be as extremely consistent as possible.
Well, it's like, here's the thing is when you try to do something in the entertainment industry, you have so much competition and it keeps growing so quickly that the longer you wait to start doing it, the better you have to be when you start, or like you have to improve quickly.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause, I mean, when you started a long time ago. Like,
well, the worst thing I ever did was stop doing World of Warcraft machinima in favor of doing my own cartoon.
Yeah.
Because in reality, people don't really want to see original content. What they want to see is derivative content. Like 10 million people are currently playing World of Warcraft. So, you know, doing a funny little video series about World of Warcraft is more likely to be successful than your own, taking the exact same humor and the exact same jokes, but it's just all original content.
Yeah.
And that just goes back to relatability. Like, it's just a little bit relatable. Like, I play this video game, I'll enjoy this movie.
Yep. Yeah, that's... I mean, you did that.
It kind of sucks when you think about it. Like, but
yeah, because I mean, you might be really into, like, I love animating with stuff, like, things and making my own characters, and it's like, oh, I could get more views if I just did this.
I'm worried the game industry will become the same thing. I'm worried that when I do end up finishing this Kickstarter, that I started what, like 2 years ago. I think that's the first reason we did this. I was like, Crendor, let's do a movie because I got a Kickstarter. I need to promote it. I'm like, by the time I finish this game, there's gonna it's already at that point where there's a game that comes out every day.
Yeah.
And like all this early access stuff is making people all like really like hate new games. They're making everybody like not want to try things because it's just like all these half-ass games come out and then they don't even bother getting finished because the developers make the money and then peace out. So it's like one of those things where I'm like, I'm worried that I'm gonna finish it and then it's just gonna be like, just like any other video project I do on YouTube these days. You know, where you do it, it's just like, hey, it did well as anything else you ever do.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, it is kind of a... That's like those people that make games and the devs take the money and everything. Like, as might just be me, but I'm always like, I want to finish this game, or like, but I guess you'd have to really care about the games. Maybe it just says that they don't really care about what they were making that much. Or they just got tired of it.
Yeah. There's like tons of reasons that like that stuff happens. Like it can also just be pressure. Like the best example we have is like Notch, man. Like he was working on the Minecraft game, right? And then it got super popular. Oh god, help, help. Okay, good, thank you. Anyway, I'll tell my story while you die.
Oh, fuck.
This is why we need to be ghosts.
I know.
We should just let it kill you.
Yeah, we should have.
Could have gone back to the spirit world. But no, he got like really popular, really fast. And the thing is, like, if you don't like, people think fame can be like this amazing thing, but it's a ton of pressure. Like when everyone is like telling you what to do, and he made such an open-ended game that even guys like myself are like, this is what the game should be.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's like he was just making something he thought was cool, and then it became bigger than him, and he was just like, I want nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
But then again, it's kind of hard to feel bad for someone who's made $2.5 billion.
Yeah. I mean,
like, there's some sympathy there, right?
Yeah.
There's a little bit of sympathy.
You can understand, but yet you're like, I wouldn't mind doing that. So, I'm making the non-content RPG.
Oh, you know, I have seen you working on that.
I'm using RPG Maker VX Ace because I'm like, I don't want to like put actual like effort into like the models and all that. I just want to make a dumb game. That's what I'm doing. So really, I'm happy.
Well, your game is basically just a story game, right?
Yeah, well, it's like a kind of like a JRPG type thing. Yeah.
Don't accept your res. You're running back to your res. What are you doing? We're on our adventure now. The adventure begins.
No. I mean, the adventure begins 40 minutes in.
Oh, that's a good point. 40 minutes in. All right, you guy. When we come back, we're going to play more World of Warcraft in Ghost form.
Yay!
Yay! Are you recording? Are you good?
Yes.
All right, welcome back to some more
Warcraft
Ghostbusters
trilogy
Thanksgiving
special.
Return of the New Hope special. Let's see. So how do we get to? It's Blasted Lands, right?
Yes.
So we're going to Red Ridge.
We gotta go. Yeah, we gotta go.
We're gonna go to Red Ridge, and then we're gonna climb the mountain.
Yeah, we gotta climb the mountain.
That's the fast way. Trust me.
All right. Red Ridge, climb the mountain. I don't even know where you are.
I'm coming back to get you. There's a dot on your mini map.
Oh, there you are.
It's dark in this forest if you're a ghost.
I know. Well, they added new nighttime for Stormwind and some other, or not, Elwyn Forest and some other places.
They like goes day-night cycles?
Yeah, they made the night cycles darker again. So it does look a lot darker. Like even if you're even if you weren't a ghost, it would look a lot darker.
Yeah, would things really look dark if you're a ghost?
Just your whole aspect of
like
life
yeah.
looks darker.
Oh man, I don't like what they did with talents. By the way, lethal, like you pick an ability. I miss just putting something. I think this is something I've learned. I think as a gamer, I like putting points into things regardless.
Yeah,
Like,
it doesn't even matter for the like.
yeah,
Actually, it's like a placebo.
it's placebo. Like, remember, like, I actually think it's a terrible system. Remember when Path of Exiles came out and people were like, look at these talent trees? And you're just like, holy smokes, you guys just took something and went bonkers with it that you probably shouldn't have. Like, I don't even want to try mathing out that game.
Yeah, I remember that game.
Just points for days. Just have unlimited points.
Yeah, it just feels good to put a point into something like you've improved yourself.
Yeah.
Oh man, I should put that in my game. Just you get random points to
You
do
get
nothing.
points to do nothing. But you have to name them things like strength, intelligence, wisdom.
Happiness.
Yeah, but you don't ever describe them, just like normal games do.
Yeah.
So what does a stat do? It increases your melee damage. Yeah, but how much? Well, we're not going to tell you that.
And then you put points in the thing, and some guy's like, "You did it wrong. You're supposed to only put this much in that."
Dude, I don't even understand like how games like Diablo and stuff do not have damage meters in it. It's like, here is a game that is all about dealing damage.
Yeah.
But we're not going to tell you how much damage you're dealing. Well, if you had damage, then people would kick you from groups for doing low damage. Bullshit. I'll still kick people because I'll know how low the damage they're doing.
It's true.
But I just won't know exactly how much they're doing. And then now when I kick them, I won't be able to say, the reason why you're doing damage is not doing damage is because you're not using the buttons correctly. Because I have no idea what they're doing. They're just clicking things. I have no way to check.
Yeah, we got no way to check their mediocre damage.
Yeah. We have no way to tell them why they're wrong now. If I'm grouping with people, I should... You know what it is? It's World of Warcraft is actually a single-player game disguised as an MMORPG, man. It's like a game that you just kind of can play by yourself, but it's got some co-op experiences in it. And then when you get to the end of the game, it becomes an MMORPG. But people are like fully like babysitting, being like, when I was leveling, nobody ever told me how to press my buttons.
That's true.
I leveled up no problem.
I feel like with WoW, they have since they've been around 10 years, they have the ability to take new games ideas. Like, for example, they had Guild Wars 2, and they were just like, you can go find random questing stuff all over the map, and it just randomly starts. And they were like, oh yeah, what if we just put bosses everywhere, and everybody can randomly fight them and get loot? And they just implemented it into WoW, and everyone's like, oh yeah, that's cool. So they can just take people's ideas and use them.
Well, that's like when World of Warcraft first came out. That's what people said. They were like, "Oh, it's got this thing from EverQuest, and this thing from Dark Age Camelot, and this thing from this." Like everyone was just like, it's a comp." Like Blizzard says that they say they take the games they love and they build they put them together and make a new game out of it,
yeah.
Which is a pretty smart business strategy. Take things you already love and put them into your game. That's why this expansion is basically an iPhone game.
Yep.
Because they obviously really like them. I bet you next year, like when we get our next expansion, we're gonna have like Skylanders, and you'll like get like this little board that you plug into your USB in your computer, and you scan in Thrall, and Thrall shows up, and he's like, "Oh, hey, Crendor, how's it going?" Like,
Hey, Thrall. Or like oh man, they can have Garrison Skylander battles.
Oh my God! Don't even give them the idea, because I would pay money for this. Like I would do it.
Mike Moreheim's just on the phone right now. He's like listening through his box that allows him to pick up conversations about Blizzard. He's like, guys, they've discovered an amazing idea.
Well, so they officially said there's not going to be a Titan, right? There's no Titan coming.
Yeah.
So I think a big reason of that is because they don't know how to monetize it, like another MMORPG like World of Warcraft. Like they're just sitting there and they're like, I don't know, because I don't think the 15 sub a month thing really works well for new MMORPGs. I think every time an MMORPG comes out, you're just like, eh. And you can argue, but WoW still has a 15 sub, and it's like, yeah, but it's because it always has. It's a 10-year-old game. People know what they're expecting. They know what they're getting back into. The second they can make more money from not having a $15 sub, they will remove it.
Yeah. But I think they went the right way with Overwatch, because it's like, they didn't have an FPS game. And it's like, just keep WoW as your MMO, because why not?
Yeah.
And it's not like people are like, it's dead. It's like, it still has, I mean, now it's back up to 10 million players. That's not dead.
Oh, that's not, yeah. Yeah. I mean, most MMOs, if they have 1 million players, people are like, oh my God, it's so thriving. The next WoW killer.
Yeah. But Overwatch, oh man.
did you play the Skyrim MMO? I haven't even touched it yet.
I played it in beta. It
What'd you think?
was very mediocre.
Yeah.
Very mediocre.
Well, I mean, isn't the MMO genre in general kind of mediocre? Because here's the thing. Before World of Warcraft, if you wanted to level a healer in an MMORPG, you needed a group. That was the
Yeah.
whole thing. You're a support character, of course you're going to need a group. But World of Warcraft kind of slowly changed that. By the way, we definitely are not getting up this mountain.
No.
Maybe over here. Hold on. Maybe over here. But World of Warcraft changed that. They made it so, oh my goodness, it's like an MMORPG, but you can play by yourself. And so everyone thought it was awesome. Until you realize that you're basically playing a single-player game that you just do a bunch of quests in, then you get max level and the game actually starts for what a normal MMO is.
Yeah.
And and the thing is, MMOs were really niche. Like EverQuest and Dark Age, that was a niche game because it was basically a game where you had to befriend people and lots of grinding. That was the whole game concept. And so everyone's like, I want the next MMO, and it's like, but do you really want the next one? Because all these games that are coming out aren't bad. They're just exactly what this genre's about.
That's what I always found is like every time a new MMO comes out, it just reminds people of WoW, and it's like, oh man, this new game isn't as polished or as good, and there's not as much to do in it. And it's like, well, yeah, it's just came out, and WoW's been out like forever.
Yeah.
So that's why I just don't think MMO RPGs are really worth making unless they're gonna be some super niche MMO within the MMO genre, like Eve.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I think that's what you have to do. I don't think we'll ever see a World of Warcraft, like, again. At least not right now. Like, maybe we might see one in a free-to-play world, but it would have to introduce a mechanic or something that really complements the MMO genre well.
Yeah.
And that really just doesn't exist right now.
Well, what was that when WoW came out? Wasn't it like questing? Because that's
Questing,
kind of the
yeah.
single player
Yeah.
aspect.
Like, even in World of Warcraft, you couldn't really level all the way to 60 without doing some grinding. Like,
Yeah.
if you remember, back in the day, there was, like, those leveling guides. And you had to, like, those guides were amazing. The guy would be like,
Joanne's
go to the
leveling
auction
guide.
house. Go to the auction house. You're going to buy a frost oil potion and 6 bear meats. Don't worry. You're going to need them for 12 levels from now. And we're not going to be coming back to the auction house anytime soon. That was...
Yeah, I remember that.
All right, the next 3 levels are suck. You either have to do Scarlet Monastery or grind boars in the Alpine Mountains. Those are your only 2 choices. That was the game. But the thing is, it was way different because even back then, it meant you could just go and play through the game and level up and kind of do things you couldn't do in previous games. They took the massively multiplayer aspect and they made it single player, which was genius and everyone enjoyed it back then. But would everyone still enjoy it? Like, Blizzard's kind of got into the approach where they try to make these multiplayer games that don't require you to interact with your teammates or the other players. Like, in Hearthstone, I would rather someone says, fuck you, asshole Bajachi, than well met.
Greetings.
Thanks. Like, just the fuck, oh god, the thanks. Like, when,
Thanks.
the priest does it, what's his name?
Anduin.
Anduin, when
Isn't
he
he
says,
like,
thanks. Yeah, I just want to strangle him. The light shall burn you. I just strangle your little priesty neck.
What was my favorite one's Rexar when he's like, I forgot what he says. What is it? His greetings? He's like, greetings. Or I don't even remember. One of the Rexar emotes is my favorite one. I love it so much that I don't remember it.
I feel like when they were like casting all the voices, they like told the voice actors, try to sound as condescending as possible. Just whoops. just all of them. Sorry. Just every single one. That was their goal.
Like a backhanded compliment type thing.
And then Heroes of the Storm, you can't even talk to the enemy team.
I know.
Just whatsoever. They just removed that condition.
I played Heroes of the Storm on stage.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Did you win?
Yeah, we beat Freddie Wong. It was
Nice.
we actually crushed Freddie Wong. It was me, Jesse, a couple Smosh Games guys, and Husky. And we played against Freddie Wong, Jimmy Wong, and like 3 of their friends. And we destroyed them like really badly. Like I think we had 35 kills and they had 2.
I love Heroes. Like
It's
that's
a really fun game. It's fun because they remove the whole farming up phase, and it's just kind of fight it out, and the games are only 20 minutes.
yeah. Like I enjoy the farming up phase of League of Legends, but like in a different way.
Yeah.
So like as a casual game that I can play with a bunch of different skill levels of friends. That's the other thing is like there's still a bunch of skill in it, but I can grab a bunch of friends and be like, all right, just do this, come with me.
Yeah.
All right, use your buttons on this guy, and I really enjoy that.
It reminds me of a Battleground MOBA in a way.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just more focused on the combat, and it's good that they did that, because if they were to just made another like
Dota.
LoL or Dota clone, it was like
Yeah, I would have just yeah. No, they were smart with it. Like honestly, Hearthstone and Heroes have been two like breath of fresh air games from this company that was just like, we're gonna make the next version of Diablo 4.
Yeah.
Like Diablo 3, it wasn't that it was pretty bad at release. Mind you, I've played a lot of Diablo 3, so it's really hard for me to look at a game and be like, that character says 250 hours, and then say, hey, it's a shit game.
Yeah.
Like people do that all the time in World of Warcraft. They'll be like, World of Warcraft's a shitty game. How much playtime you have? Just a year. That's all.
Yeah.
Most of that's AFK and Ironforge.
This game sucks. Yeah, but they've been doing a really good job at making new titles and new, like even Overwatch. Overwatch to me is going to be like really, really good. It reminds me of just a better Team Fortress. And
Ooh, careful. Team Fortress 2 is still a solid game.
it's a solid game, but after playing it, that's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of a better Team Fortress.
That's a dangerous statement to say, man.
I don't know. That's how I felt. It's a smaller. It's only 6 versus 6.
Okay.
So it's a
I
lot.
heard the games are fast. They're like 5-minute games.
Yeah, they are really fast, and they can finish under 5 minutes
Wow.
if they capture the objectives quickly. But it's only if the other team's bad.
I like that. That's different too. Like that's cool.
Yeah.
I will say though, when I was like, I watched a little bit of BlizzCon, but I had to work mostly that weekend.
Mm-hmm.
But when I watched their announcement and they showed the Pixar trailer, I was just sitting there. I was just like, "The fuck is?"
That's what everybody was like. I remember I was sitting
Why'd you
in.
show this trailer first? Then they show the second trailer, and then I'm just like, "Why did you show this one first? You show this one of the actual game, and I would be like, whoa!" And then show me your Pixar kid acting movie.
Yeah, I know. I thought that because I was in the audience, I was like, "Oh man, are they gonna announce something crazy like a Warcraft 4?" And they're gonna like tell storylines they didn't like never covered and have a new RT, and they were like, "Pixar game," and I was like, "What is this?"
The thing with story and lore in video games is you can't put the story and lore into the game before the game, because if you do, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like nobody played Warcraft or Warcraft 2, and they bought it because they were like, this looks like an engaging storytelling experience. Like they bought it because they were like, oh, sick, it's a fucking video game. So when you like, it doesn't matter what it is. If they start, no matter what IP they did, maybe they could have done something that's really, really cool, and people would have been like, whoa, what is this? But whose idea was to start it with, let's start with 2 kids visiting a museum? The most boring activity
so cool.
ever have. And then arguing about lore of the game nobody knows about.
Yeah, and then you're just watching it like, wait, so these are the evil characters, but I guess they're not evil, but I don't know.
No, Billy, Turbo Rider wasn't the best Overwatcher. It's like, what are they talking about? I'm new. Is there a game? Is Blizzard becoming a movie-making company? I mean, that's cool, but why would they start with this movie?
Yeah, then they just start like combining the gameplay footage with the thing. I'm like, oh, yeah, that looks cool now.
Yeah.
Like,
Cool. You got abilities, guns, and there's a dwarf.
oh man, we started playing against a bunch of people. Like we started playing against press. So we'd go up to the press area and play against like these IGN and GameSpot people, and they had no idea what they were doing. And we like figured out new metas. We were just like, all right, guys, 5 bastions and set up machine guns.
Isn't it amazing how there are so many people in the video game industry that don't play video games?
I know.
It boggles me. Like, people always, like, there's only 2 ways video games come out that are bad. 1, the people making the video game do not play video games. Or 2, it's like, it's just one of those projects that gets handed over to the next developer, to the next set of groups, and then eventually someone's just like, just finish it, who cares?
Yeah.
Those are the only 2 ways it happens. But there's so many people in this industry that have no fucking idea how to play games.
It is
Like,
really
just-
sad.
It's like, why? What? It's a job. It pays the bills. It's like, but there's so many people who want this job. Why
Yeah.
are you doing it? What do you like doing? I like watching movies. Why don't you go review movies?
Because I can't find a job. But yeah, it's just, there's so many, they just don't even understand gaming. You can tell they don't play games like in their free time either. Like,
Yeah.
but like we were just so into it. It was like, all right, guys, let's set up. We had 5 bastions and 1 tanky dude, Reinhardt. And so Reinhardt has this big ass shield you can shoot through, and you just set him up in the front. And when they come out the gate, like we just had like 5 bastions, which he's a robot who can turn into a machine gun. And we just had 5 machine guns that just gun anyone down who walked out. And they got so frustrated, they all stood up halfway through, and they were like, "We're not having fun, so we'd like to stop now." It's the greatest thing.
They go home. They write their reviews. Overwatch is interesting, but it's not just quite there yet.
Yeah, that's what they'd write.
7.8 out of 10.
I can't wait until they make the game fun for everyone.
I'm writing a review on a game that I've played for 20 minutes and will never play after I finish the review.
Yup.
6.4 out of 10.
And then they wonder why nobody's reading their crappy like news articles and website blogs anymore. It's like, because people can go watch actual people that play games talk about them.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing about the Let's Play community is, regardless, like a lot of people watch games, they don't actually. The Let's Player doesn't even necessarily need to do anything. What they actually get to watch is somebody playing the game. Because you watch a game and you'll watch it for like 20 minutes and you'll be like, okay, I'll go check this thing out.
Yeah.
That could be cool.
There's a lot of games where I don't even want to buy it, or I don't even want to play it, and I'm like, I'd probably suck at this game if I played it, and so I just want to watch.
God damn it.
What?
How do we get in there?
What?
How do we get into Burning Crusade as a ghost? Didn't we do this last year?
I don't remember.
I think we did this last year.
I think we did too. I think we did the
exact same shit. Right, new plan. We're going to the Eversong Woods on the other side of the map. Don't worry.
All right.
We got this.
Damn it. I just remember that.
Oh god, we did do this. I remember it now. We're gonna do it next year too. That'll be part of the tradition.
Let's forget again.
No, we never go to Burning Crusade. Why don't we go to the Burning Crusade?
Oh yeah, that's why.
I think Overwatch is smart. I know it's gonna be DLC characters, and I know, like, have you actually tried to read the Heroes of the Storm subreddit? Also known as, they need to get rid of talent gating and give us more gold subreddit. That's all it is every day. Every post is just, I hate talent gating. I hate gold.
I mean, I do hate talent gating, but
yeah.
I don't know.
Like, the gold income for me, I'm fine with, because it's like beta, and it's not beta where there's no more resetting. So I'm like, why don't you guys shut up about gold? Because they probably shouldn't even be giving us gold.
I know.
Because they might just turn around and just be like, that's it, alpha testers. You don't get any more good. You're dead. This is just like the Hearthstone. Any gold you earn is just forever. Like, anyone in the beta of Heroes of the Storm is just straight up getting gold for beta testing. Have you ever heard of that?
Well, it's still an alpha. You're getting gold for alpha testing.
Sorry, alpha testing. Like, mind you, the whole alpha beta terminology in the game world is kind of like, it doesn't really mean what it used to mean, but it's still pretty crazy that an exclusive game that is free, they're giving you things that could technically have a monetary value.
Yeah, it's like if you played the WoW beta and they're like, you have to keep your character.
Yeah. No, that's what it would be like. You keep your character, and it costs you didn't have to pay to play during this time. It was free. Congratulations.
That's like my favorite thing of having Blizzard contacts now. That's like half the best part of my job, is them just like, hey guys, like, you know, this new thing's happening, can you, like, you know, get me in? And they're just like, yeah, why not? I got a tour of Blizzard when I went there, because me and Jesse did a series for them. It was like the Nerd Lords of Draenor, where we went over the new expansion in like a 4-part series, and they flew us out there. Well, he's already there, but they flew me out there, and we went to Blizzard, and it was just like the coolest place to work at. Like, I would work there if I had the opportunity to not be on the internet working.
I got a tour last year when I went to BlizzCon. The coolest room they have is their server room that looks like something out of NASA, and they like even have like a picture of like, don't take pictures.
Yeah, I took a picture of that.
Yeah, well, I asked, can I take a picture of the sign? And they're like, ooh, like it was just one guy who who's a big fan of me, and he's worked at Blizzard forever. I think he actually may have just left. But
What's his
anyway,
name?
I don't want to give his name.
Oh.
That's not appropriate. But anyway, it's not appropriate to tell
What's
thousands of
his
people
name?
this guy.
Well, I'll
But
tell the
he's-
people my name. It was Bashiok and Zarheem, big
Does
nerds.
Bashiok still work at Blizzard?
Yeah, he was there when I was getting my tour.
Oh, who was the big guy that just left? There was a big guy that just left. I thought it was Bashiok. Oh, it was Ghostcrawler.
Oh yeah, Ghostcrawler.
But no, I got a tour, and that I asked to take a picture of the sign, and he was just like, "I don't think you should."
I asked
Now I'm jealous of your
Bashiok.
picture.
I was like, "Can I take a picture of the sign?" He's like, "I don't know," and I just took a picture of the sign. I tweeted at him the other day, or he was like, "I got the new rare mount." I was like, "Yeah, you probably had your computer open at work the whole time." He's like, "This coming from someone who eats food on live streams," and I was like, "Wow, wow, rude."
Yeah, well, it is rude to eat your food on live stream.
I mean, it is very rude. Then Zarheem showed us the gym. It's funny because Zarheem's badge, he's worked there for like 7 years. So his badge is him like 7 years ago, and he's like looks completely different, yet nobody even cares.
Dude, did you see like the things you get for working at like 5, 10, 15, and 20 years at Blizzard?
Yeah, you get like a
Like they
shield
give
and
you like
sword.
shields and like swords
That's
and
so
like
cool.
the crown. I'm just like an actual. I'm just like, what? That's
I know.
crazy nerdy to give out.
That's like,
It's genius, man.
I know. Someone just earned their shield and sword when I was there. They're like, someone just earned it. I was like, oh wow, do we get to see the ceremony? And they were like, no.
Like it ignited, like comes out. I dubbed thee Sir Bonkalang,
Oh yeah, he saw,
Thorin Druid.
did you see the gym? They have a gym there, and nobody's there.
Yeah, I know. Did you see their jerk off room?
What?
They have a room. It's called the Quiet Room,
I know
and
they have
all
a
that's
library.
in it is they have a room. It's called the Quiet Room, and all that's in there is a tissue box and a recliner. That's it.
What?
It's called the Quiet Room.
I don't.
So, did you see the giant night elf statue that they have?
Yeah.
So they once told me that they had the night elf statue and they had it like somewhere in office, and one wise guy had the idea of taking a dollar bill and taping it to the night elf, like the sexy night elf statue, and so then everyone started taping dollar bills until someone from HR came and was just like, you guys can't have this anymore. They did. It's just like, you don't get the statue.
That's so great. Like they're all just really cool nerdy people there, and they're all big gamer people. 'Cause a lot of them were just gamer people before they even worked there.
Where did you go? What's
Right
lost
here.
you?
Or like the
Thanks.
cinematic guy, Taryn Gregory. He came out of like a cave. Like you could tell he'd just been working on the Warlord cinematics forever. And he just like emerges from the cave with like just a Red Bull. He's just like, hello. And we were just like, dear God. Like, what are they doing to you?
That's pretty much how I work too. Like I'll go in my office for 8 hours and then come out and be like, I need a bottle of water and cheese sandwiches.
Yeah.
Mm.
Ugh.
Yeah. No, they looked like a really cool company. Although I wouldn't want to work there though.
Why not?
I don't know. You know, now that I've done YouTube, I like the whole being able to do whatever you want thing. Like
That's true.
Like I you know what I just did over the last 6 months? I made a Pokemon music album. Did you actually listen to it? Did you fucking listen to it? You didn't listen to it. You're such a dick. You're not even a friend. You're an acquaintance these days. Dick. You don't even.
I'm a
6
friendly
months I was working on that.
acquaintance.
Well, friendly acquaintance. But like, you need to give me a lot more room cloth if you want to get to Revered Pal. It's a ways off. No, like I'm a YouTuber and I get to spend 6 months just with my brother. We made like this cool little Pokemon music album, and like that's just cool that I could just do something like that. Like it's like unlimited creativity, and nobody really tells you what to do, as long as you keep doing stuff that people like and
Yeah.
is popular on the internet.
And you get to work
And
at
YouTube
home.
and you get to work at home, which is
The best.
way awesome. It is the best.
That's like when people were in school being like, what do you want to be when you grow up? I was like, I want to work at home.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted. It's like, I don't care. I just want to work at home. But
You know, like I could be really social, but I like not going anywhere or doing anything and being at the computer for 12 hours a day. So working at home is like a
Yeah.
godsend. That
like,
type of.
you don't have to commute
mentality.
in like rush hour traffic and
I hate driving. Like I'm not
Yeah.
a person who likes driving automobiles. I still drive the shittiest car. It's like my grandmother gave it to me. It's like a Toyota Corolla from like 1992. I'm just like, until this thing is dead, I'm not replacing it.
Yep.
It has nothing to do with being cheap. It's just, I don't like driving cars, and it's got that safeness because I drove my grandmother. So whenever I think about it, I'm like, oh, it's like a grandmother car, and that makes it feel safe and warm and nice.
Well, that's like when you got a big YouTube channel, you can just message people and be like, "Can I have your game? I have a lot of YouTube people," and they're like, "Sure, here's a key."
Like, I never do that though, because I don't ever want them to like think I'm gonna like cover it or something.
Well, I mean,
You know?
it's gotten to the point where there's so many games now. Like, I'll just get emails from companies I don't know, and they're just like, "Here's our game. Have a key." And I'm like, "Okay."
I don't put my email public because of that stuff. Like when I finished that Kickstarter, I still get them. I get messages of people just like, "Hey, we're also doing a Kickstarter. Can you promote it?" And I'm like, "I don't even know who you are. No,
Please
No.
promote it.
we're doing a game. We saw you were successful. Can you promote it?" I have so many like composers from like Brazil. Like Brazil is apparently just giving birth to all these musician geniuses. I just assume that none of them are actually musicians, and they all just have like all this royalty-free music they're trying to sell to Americans. And they're all just like, "Yes, I'm a musician. I make you good music."
That shit wouldn't surprise me.
I wouldn't be surprised, man.
Wait.
So, there's a lot of dicks in the world, man. Just people who want to scam everyone out of money. I hate it.
Yep. That's what they put. If they put as much effort into scamming people into like something productive, it's like you probably could do some cool things.
Anyway, we'll be right back after this next
Commercial break.
of Game Grumps.